Okay, there's been something I've been wanting to get off my chest. I made a video about this a while ago, basically talking about like what happened to the element of surprise. I'll show you, like it should be on the screen. But I kind of want to get more into detail. And my main point about this is spoilers. If you don't know what a spoiler is an element of a disseminated summary or description of any media narrative that reveals significant plot elements, with the implication that the experience of discovering the plot naturally, as the creator intended it, has been exposed. Basically, what they're saying is if you wanted to see a movie, let's say Spider Man, and you're waiting to see the movie, and before you can see the movie, somebody tells you what happens in the movie before you can even see it. So now you're going into the movie knowing about what's going to happen in that movie before you can even have any type of reaction to it. You're already gonna have something, you're already gonna know what's just gonna happen. Now, that's a problem for me because a lot of things today become spoiled. Like everybody spoils everything that you could think of, whether it's movies, video games, TV shows, like new releases of whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about people like the leaks that come from the actual people that's making the thing, like probably like trailers and shit like that, or like they leak that a game is about to come out, like through like a little cinematic trailer or whatever. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about fucking news reports and all of these websites telling us that something is about to come when they shouldn't have, if that makes sense. Now we have different categories for this: music, gaming, movies, TV shows. Now let's start with something I didn't bring up because I kind of thought about it. Anime is one of them. And with these topics, I'm just gonna give examples of like the spoilers being happening. So with anime spoilers happen every single time. Jujutsu Kaisen, for example. Jujutsu Kaisen has a new season right now, and it's the Shibuya arc or whatever. You know what I mean? Before you can even finish the season isn't even finished. Before you can even finish the season, you already have people spoiling episodes. You already have people spoiling manga chapters because people are jackasses, and they're just spoiling everything. Mind you, in case you don't know, anime 9 times out of 10 is made from a manga. So if the anime is in process of doing a season based off a certain arc in the manga already has written it already. So for the people who already read it, they've already been spoiling it as they've been reading it. 9 times out of 10, this arc has happened a year or two ago. So they've already been spoiling this stuff before the season was even announced. And that's bad because you're spoiling the story because not everybody wants to read manga. Not everybody wants to read that. People are spoiling One Piece because people are reading One Piece. One Piece is so far ahead, and the pacing for the anime is fucking slow. It's the reason why I stopped watching the anime and just started picking up and reading it, because I was tired of getting spoiled. And I was tired of hearing about a One Piece fan and all this peak and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I like One Piece, but niggas be dick riding that shit heavy. But yeah, like it's pretty annoying, bro. Like that's the reason why I started reading manga, because it was just like, bro, I keep getting spoiled about everything, bro. It's like, damn, I'm like, fuck, you know what I mean? It just gets annoying, bro. Like I got spoiled about Attack on Titan. I got spoiled on that. I got spoiled on what else did I get spoiled on? I was getting spoiled on One Punch Man before I started reading it, so I just started reading it. My Hero, I didn't get spoiled a little bit on that, but that was a while ago. It already got animated. Like Demon Slayer, I got spoiled on Demon Slayer. Like it's a whole bunch of stuff, and it doesn't make it any better because when you go on the internet, your algorithm goes to certain things that you like and what you watch. So you're getting recommendations of that anime, but it's through people spoiling it and talking about future shit. So, but hey, that's another. I'm not gonna get too much into that. So we're gonna get to the next one, which is music. Music gets leaked every single fucking month. Damn near every day. Especially like you got hackers on the internet. They either posting it through SoundCloud or somebody's asking for the leaks and now they're paying for the leaks. So they're selling the leaks to other people. It's like, it's so fucked up. Especially when it's like somebody who has passed away and you have the leaks and now you're selling them to other people. That's not cool, bro. That's not cool. Because you shouldn't leak an artist's music in general. You know, you shouldn't leak an artist's music in general because it's not yours. And like, yeah, it's just not yours. So don't do that. Even if you did have any leaks, don't spread them out into the public, you know, without their permission, because it's pretty fucked up, you know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it hurts, in my opinion, because there are certain songs, for example, Playboi Carti's music leaks all the time. And you have so many leaked songs that when he drops, you know, people was getting upset. For example, Whole Lotta Red. Whole Lotta Red was supposed to be a whole nother type of album, from what I've heard. But it came out with a whole bunch of new songs because people were leaking all the other songs that he had. So it's like he had to put a whole new, like, you know, put a whole new spin on his new album. Then you have other artists, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have, you know, leaked songs. And then once you hear the leak, you're like, okay, this is kind of hard. But when it releases, now you like, oh, the leak was better and all of that. And this is different. This is different from when I'm talking about like people posting on Instagram like they snippets or whatever. That's different. I'm talking about people actually leaking a snippet of the song that wasn't supposed to come out. So now you know what song is coming out, and because you heard it already, you already have it in your mind like, oh, this is better than what they just put out, and that's bad because you wasn't supposed to hear that version in the first place. We're gonna go on to the next one. Movies. Movie spoilers are the worst. I think that's what, like, movies and TV shows in general, it's just like people just spoiling it on the internet. Like, nothing too much. Like, I really don't have nothing to say about this one because those are like the really original ones, like spoiling movies and TV shows. People just saying the endings and everything, and I kind of just like did the example in there, so that's whatever. Okay, for the final one I have is gaming. Gaming spoilers are starting to become the worst. Like, they're the worst. And here's why I say this. This is kind of a personal thing for me. So, for example, Mortal Kombat 1 came out in September. At this point, before it was released and before they even announced it, nobody knew when this game was going to release, right? As soon as the game was announced and they dropped that trailer, there were leaks coming out left and right every fucking day. Every day, bro. I'm talking every day. As soon as the game was announced, they already knew who the DLC characters were. They already knew the story. They already knew who was going to be on the roster. And it's like, when people do stuff like this, what do they think? Like, they be like, damn, I already know what's gonna happen, so let me tell everybody else to ruin the surprise. That's so dumb. Like, that's so dumb to me. That's so dumb to me. And I understand, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm guilty of it. If I hear something, or like I see a YouTube video, I might click on it. I do. I'm not saying I'm not guilty of this. I will click on it to because I might spoil myself. But it's the fact that you're giving this information out when it's supposed to be like secret. You get what I'm saying? It's the reason why when they were releasing this stuff. Granted, it was a point in time where it was like, all right, they need to start releasing this shit because the game is about to come out. But they don't announce DLC characters that fast. You know what I'm saying? They don't do shit like that. Then it's like, okay, once you see the characters come out in the fucking like trailer and shit, you're like, okay, the leaks are true. So it's like, yeah, I'm happy to see gameplay and I'm happy to see these characters, but I already knew that this was gonna happen because people already exposed what was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Granted, it might not be everything, but it's most of it. You know what I mean? Like, you're ruining the element of surprise, and it's just like when people do stuff like that. This is just in general. When people ruin the element of surprise and tell people what's going to happen, it gives them a more harsh critique on the product because it goes in both ways. If I'm spoiled on something, but then the product isn't actually what I thought it was going to be, I might get mad. Then, if it is exactly what I think it is, and because I know everything, I'm like, man, this ain't this ain't as good because you already know. Not saying that this happens all the time. Like, just because you're spoiled don't mean you don't think it's good. But there are times where it's like you probably have been more probably critiqued stuff more because you already knew what was bound to happen. And it's like you probably would have thought of it different if it was more of a surprise. You know what I'm saying? So that's really my thing on it. Like, spoilers kind of ruin a lot of things. People need to stop doing it. With Mortal Kombat, even something else just got spoiled. Mortal Kombat got spoiled. Another thing I wanted to say. So yeah, like, you really can't get away from spoilers. Like, you can, but like, it's pretty hard now if you're on the internet because it's everywhere. It follows your algorithm, and everybody's gonna talk about it. So the best thing that you could do is just like, I don't know, man, get off the fucking grid because they're all gonna spoilers are gonna be everywhere, and watch out for them. Just watch out for them, bro. And yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'm out, man. Peace.